Hello everyone, my name is Shikha Grover and I'm a product manager here at Cisco. I work with the web security appliance, the WSA. Today I want to introduce you to one of the features called proxy IP spoofing. We recently introduced this in Async OS 12.5. I'll be covering what's this feature all about. We'll discuss some of the use cases so you can leverage this to suit your requirements. We will also see a comparison between how the feature was implemented before and how we've tried to improve upon the functionality. I'll also take you through the configuration steps to get you started. IP spoofing simply is creating packets with modified source IP addresses. When it comes to the WSA makes a connection to the origin server and uses its own IP address as the source IP by default. When we use proxy IP spoofing, however, we can configure the WSA to use a different source IP so that the request appears to have originated from a client IP or any other custom IP rather than the WSA itself. For example, as shown, we have different traffic coming into the WSA via mobile devices. We have WebEx traffic, we have FTP traffic. Once the traffic comes into the WSA, we can take appropriate action depending on the policies configured on the WSA. However, until now, all this traffic used to go on the internet using the same egress IP address. WSA IP, the WSA's IP, or the client IP if IP spoofing was enabled. Starting Async OS 12.5, when the WSA makes a connection on the server side, we can make sure we hit a different routing policy for each type of traffic. These routing policies are associated with different IP spoofing profiles and use a different source IP for the outgoing traffic. You can now route traffic differently based on this difference in the source IP addressing, and you can apply different policies on the upstream devices and take a different action depending on the type of the traffic. Where can this feature be used? You can leverage this feature to identify individual branch locations that are aggregated behind a proxy. Government services use source-based routing to send requests for specific top-level domains. .com, .mil, .gov, they use different source IP addresses for these different servers, so this can come in handy. IP spoofing will benefit organizations that have geopolitical requirements or use SaaS applications and want to use different IP addresses as their source IP address for their outgoing request for different applications. They can use this feature with a small configuration change on the WSA, and of course, you need to take care of the routing on the upstream. Moving on, people who have been working with the Cisco Web Security appliance for a while now know that IP spoofing feature has been available in Async OS versions prior to 12.5. So what did we change? I would define this as an extension of the feature. The basic concept remains the same. IP spoofing is no longer a global option. You have better controls on how you implement it. You can use one spoofed source IP address for a custom URL category, use another source IP address for your outgoing SaaS applications, use a different one based on port numbers, protocols, etc. So you have lots of choices. Earlier, we could only use the client IP as the spoofed IP. However, now you can use a custom IP or the client IP or the WSA's egress IP itself for your outgoing requests. IP spoofing is now made part of routing policies. There was no correlation between the routing policies and the IP spoofing feature earlier. So when it comes to the configuration, it is pretty simple and straightforward. IP spoofing configuration can still be enabled or disabled on a WSA under Security Services Web Proxy. When the proxy mode is transparent, IP spoofing can be selected for only transparent connections or for both transparent and explicit connections. If the proxy mode is forward, it applies only to explicit requests. The next step is to configure IP spoofing profiles, choose a profile name and assign an IP address to it. Now it's time to associate the routing policies with this IP spoofing profiles that we have just configured. There are four options here. Do not use IP spoofing if you don't want to use IP spoofing. Use client IP if you want to use the client IP as the spoofed IP. You can choose one of the IP spoofing profiles that you have created and use the custom IP configured on that particular IP spoofing profile. Use global settings if you want to use the same settings as configured on the global routing policy. Native FTP. There are when it comes to native FTP, there are two options: server IP spoofing and client IP spoofing. Both options can be enabled under Security Services FTP proxy. As of now, we support only client IP as spoofed IP for the FTP client, as was being done until Async OS version 12.5. There is no change there. Native FTP does not support IP spoofing profiles implemented in this version. If you would like to see the spoofed IP address in the access logs for a request, you can enable this field by adding a percentage sign followed by a box bracket, open box bracket, as a format specified to the custom field for the access logs. You can find this option under System Administration Log Subscription, look for access logs, and add this particular format specifier. If you selected do not use IP spoofing in the routing policies, you will see a hyphen in the placeholder for the format specifier. If you selected use client IP, then the outgoing request will show the client machine IP that the request originated from. If you chose a custom IP, you would see the custom IP you selected. I would also like to mention here that you can convert IPv4 to IPv6 addresses here. What I mean by that is, if your network, if your WSA or client has an IPv4 address, but you need the outgoing request to go with an IPv6 address as the spoofed IP, we can achieve that, and vice versa. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you find this useful. If you have any queries or would like to get more information and see the feature in action, please get in touch. Thank you.